Chris, I was rejected within seconds of completing my application. What do you mean there's no ATS robot that's doing this? There isn't. Typically, what happens in these situations, and I have to say typically because there's all kinds of other factors that could play in, but typically what happens in this situation is the organization has set up screening or knockout questions, is what they're often referred to. This means if you answer no when they're looking for the answer yes, you will be auto-disqualified. When you're auto-disqualified, the system will generate a typical rejection email saying, thank you for your interest in the opportunity, but you don't match what we're looking for. This can be frustrating for candidates because you do all this work, you put all this time in a cover letter, and you're rejected instantly. What typically happens is as you're going through, there may have been a minimum requirement that you don't meet, or you may have misunderstood a question that was asked. So typical knockout questions are things like work authorization. Are you authorized to work in market X? Legislative requirements. Do you have X certificate or licensing? So are you a licensed medical professional in Canada? Yes or no? If they're hiring a doctor, yes is the requirement. If you don't say yes, you will be auto-disqualified in some situations. And I have to say some because, again, not every organization is using these questions anymore. They're receiving a lot of backlash and a lot of pressure from candidates. So what's happening instead is people who don't meet the qualifications are left in these recruitment process until the recruitment process is closed. This is creating more frustration because people have all these outstanding applications they're not hearing back from. So the most important thing to keep in mind as you're going through and you're completing online applications, when it comes to the question sections, read each question carefully. In the job posting, does it say you must be a licensed medical professional in Canada? If you aren't, then you are not a fit for what that organization is looking for. If you are, then you are a fit, and then your application will move on in the process. So when it comes to these situations and you receive auto rejection within the first little bit, pause. Take a second and think about what happened. Think about how you may have misanswered the questions, or if there could have been something that's off. You should still have access to the job description if you were recently rejected. Hopefully it's still posted or you saved a copy. Double check at the minimum requirements. If something's misaligned from your experience, then that's obviously the answer. If you feel like you're still qualified, you can always reach out to the organization and say, hey, looks like my application was auto-declined. I'm not sure why. I feel like I answered everything correctly.